gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Is It? With me, Dan Peters, and him, Sean Vincent, the Funk Soul Brothers. Here we are today looking at the Pulsar Massive.
Yes.
I did that bit for you.
You did.
You're welcome.
That's all right. That's all good. Why am I saying that's all right? You stole my job. Yes. So this is the Pulsar Massive, which is a recreation of a piece of hardware made by Manley called the Massive Passive.
Okay. The Massive Passive.
Yes. So the Manley Massive Passive is it's about $6,000. It's like a mastering quality EQ.
Yeah.
Very much based on a Pultec. It's not you're not going to do any fine notching out of things on this. This is a broad EQ for fine tuning something when it's almost sort of done. It's a beautiful sounding unit, and I know that because in 2023 years ago, I reviewed the original hardware.
Wow.
I know, weird, eh?
That happens a lot, doesn't it?
It does happen quite.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you go on Manley's website,
it wasn't in plug-in corner though, because it wasn't.
No, I did review hardware too. So if you go on the Manley website, it's still on there. There's my quote from April 2000.
Oh, go on, read your quote. Oh, hold on.
My quote. Are you going to read it in my voice then?
No.
All right.
It's been a long time since an EQ really brought on a bad case of gear lust, but the Massive Passive has.
There you go.
Gear lust.
Well, look at it. It's beautiful.
It's been a long time since an EQ really brought on a bad case of gear lust, but the Massive Passive has.
Really nice
Good
EQ. Yeah, well, they
we'll just finish it there, shall we?
We could just leave it there. They sent this thing over and I had it for a couple of months.
April 2000. I'm impressed.
There you go. I had it in my studio for a couple of months. They let me have a real proper extended play with it, and it was an absolute nightmare the day they came to take it away, because I just...
An extended play with a Manley Massive.
Yeah, it was good fun, man. It was such a good EQ. Anyway, Pulsar have recreated this as a plugin, and model technology, it's got to be said, it looks very cool. So it looks a lot like the Massive Passive.
It does, yeah.
But obviously they've put the modern wave control, where you can click and drag with your mouse on top of that. You can shut that bit down if you want, or you can shut the bottom bit down and just use that, or have them both open, whatever you like.
Scalable?
Very scalable. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Works in mid-side. It does lots of cool stuff. So basically it's a 4-band parametric EQ. The overlapping bands are really good for mastering. It's also got high and low pass. 2 transformer circuits in this plugin. So there's a drive control in the middle, which you'll see, one for each channel. And you've got a choice between 2 different transformers. That drive doesn't...
Just, whoa, sweet child of mine.
Yeah.
2 different transformers.
Yes.
What does transformer do in an EQ? I'm assuming this is...
Generate harmonics.
Okay.
As far as the plugin's concerned, this is where you add harmonics. If you don't turn the drive control up, it's a very clean EQ.
Yeah, okay.
Very little in the way of harmonics going on.
And you said 2 drive controls.
You're one for left, one for right.
Okay, sorry.
So you can select between 2 different forms of saturation, and you have to give it quite a lot of drive before you can hear it.
Awesome.
It's quite subtle, which I like. I like subtle, as you know. I know you turn everything up to 12.5, but I like subtle.
At least. Start.
There's a few other differences between this and the hardware. On the original, the gain control was either cut or boost, and there was a switch above it which you could choose between cut or boost. This doesn't work like that. So the 12 o'clock is nothing, boost to the right, cut to the left. The switch has been replaced by just basically turn that band on or off, which is fine. I get that. That makes more sense with a plug-in for it to cut or boost without the switch. It's a parallel EQ, so it's not cumulative. So basically each... Few, yeah. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I really didn't want a cumulative EQ. Well, it just means that the interaction between them is different. It doesn't mean they don't interact. It just means each band is EQ'd separately and then added together at the end. But it does do weird Pultec-y things. It's got that very familiar thing. When you mess with the low end, it does create a dip. And then if you want to flatten that dip out, it's quite tricky to find it. So it's not... I don't think it's the kind of EQ you want to be staring at and trying to do very specific jobs. It's like a sweetening thing.
It's got sound.
It's very much got a sound. Yeah. And I think you would use it probably right near the end of a mix just to... give it some weight down the bottom and some sparkly highs. That's kind of what it's really good at.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about parallel, not cumulative, and the two transformer circuits, but we're probably running out of time.
I can explain that if you really want to know.
No, I think we're actually running. Okay. I think running a bit out of time. So,
everybody says that. They always want me to stop talking.
Yeah, no. Anyway, moving on. Is it shit, Sean?
No, it's really, really nice. I think this would be one of 2 EQs that you could use in a mastering chain. You'd use one to do the surgical stuff and one for the sweetening, and this would be perfect for that.
Very, very cool.
Yep. Very nice. €149.
Yep.
Which is, I think, pretty good for this. But
bargain.
On sale at this exact moment for €69.
Oh, so it's still not like the major sale that you get. Is it down to like the down into your 2030 sort of?
Well, this is Pulsar, so this isn't Plug-in Alliance.
Oh, is it? Okay, so you've got
Pulsar do stuff
a separate website and everything.
So you can either get it through Pulsar's own website, or you can go through Plug-in Boutique, and sometimes the prices are different. So check both.
Okay.
Plug-in Boutique have more sales.
There you go.
So it's worth
more
checking.
great advice.
There you go.
More great advice. Worth tuning in. Do you get a trial?
Yeah, there's a trial. Unfortunately, once it's done, you then can't fire up another trial, obviously. So when you start a trial, make sure you're going to actually have time to test it. But yeah, it's fully functioning trial, so you can crack on and see if it's going to work for you.
Wicked stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, and like the video, and then there's a Patreon and there's an Instagram and all that stuff. So get involved, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye.
See ya.